Dreams family? How you doing? Hope you've had a great week. Thank you for joining in this week as I go over the proper, or what I like to think is the proper way to shoot a basketball. Okay, you have a lot of coaches throughout your career that will teach you different ways to shoot the basketball. Not saying that they are all wrong, not saying that they're all right. But for me, as a trainer and a coach, I like to keep it very simple with my players on how to shoot a basketball. First thing for me is the basics of the shot. We can't have a good shot unless we have good legs. That is the very first process into a good shot. So, what I mean by that is our leg bend has to be where we know we can get enough lift to get our shot off successfully. For some people, it will be different. Some people only have a slight knee bend. Some people really get down low. And as the game progresses, and fourth quarter comes along, your legs start getting tired. We really need to be mindful of that leg bend because we're going to have to get down lower. The first thing that will go in your shot is your legs. So I teach two things when it comes to shooting. I keep it very simple: legs and release. Okay? So we just went over our leg part of it. After we have our legs, then we're going straight up into our shot. Our release is going to be very important. Important that we don't release at the basket, that we're releasing above the basket. Okay, that gives us that good arc on our shot. It allows us to have a better chance. If we do miss it to the right or left a little bit, it can bounce around on that rim, get a good soft touch. All right, so you'll go with your legs first, legs down low, and then up into your shot with a high release. Okay, and then on top of that, you have to make sure that we have good backspin. I see a lot of players when they shoot the basketball, they'll have the ball stuck on their palm. What happens whenever you have the ball stuck on your palm? You don't get as much rotation on the basketball as you do if we have it on our fingertips. You should always want to be able to slide one finger underneath the basketball in the palm of your hand. If you can do that, then you're good. For some people, it's a little bit more. For me, I really exaggerate putting the ball on my fingertips. I'm a very feel type shooter, so I love feeling that ball come off my fingertips. All right. So we'll have it like that. You can always check it by holding it out in front of you, sliding your finger. We're good. Back into our shot pocket. Our elbows tight. Okay, it's not flying out. That allows us to get a good release at the basket, above the basket, but in the direction of the basket, and not to the right, not to the left, okay, but straight on, okay? Another thing I want to touch on is, a lot of coaches, they preach and preach and preach that we have to get our feet square to the basket. Yes and no, my opinion. What I like to teach my players is, let's focus on our hips being square to the basket, not so much our feet. Because in a basketball game, in a real game, there's going to be multiple situations where you shoot a shot that is unorthodox. You're coming off a screen, or you're having to pick the ball up last minute and get a shot up, and the goal may be here, and you're going to the left, and your feet are going this direction. Can we still get a good shot off? Absolutely. If our feet are going in this direction, for instance, we can still, even with our feet this way, get our hips back square to the basket so we have a good shot. All right, so those are a few pointers that I like to give to my players on the proper form of shooting a basketball. To me, there's all kinds of ways that you can shoot a basketball that can be taught. Don't fill your head up with insane amount of shot thoughts, breaking it down mechanically to where you're driving yourself crazy trying to figure out your shot. Keep it simple. Two things to remember: legs and release. If you have great legs in your shot, and a great release above the rim, you're going to have great results. A great drill that you can work on at home this week to make sure that we're having a good fingertip shot, good release above the rim, is a simple formed shooting drill. So what we want to do is make sure that we don't have our guide hand on the basketball during this drill. Put it behind your back, whether you're right-handed, left-handed, right hand behind your back. So you put the ball out in front of you, you're checking to see, make sure the ball's on your fingertips, not on the palm. Okay, so we're good. We're back into our shot pocket. Hold it for a second. I see a lot of kids and players will do this drill and they're just very quick to put it back up there because they're not strong. They don't feel like they're strong enough to hold it in that shot pocket. I promise you, you are. You have to work on it. Okay? Get back here. You got a good elbow angle. It's not out. We're straight up and down. Okay? That shot pocket. We're holding it. Good release above the rim. All right? And then back up. All right, thanks for joining in this week and letting me share my knowledge of shooting the basketball. If you have any questions, you can email me at jordan@hoopdreamstraining.com. Make sure you click subscribe. Go follow us on the web, www.hoopdreamstraining.com, and we'll see you next week.